522 of 2024. Is that correct? That petition number 522 of 2024 is the lead file in the petitions which were filed before the finalization of the matters in the Senate. Then, after the proceedings in the Senate, other petitions were filed. And with you, we consolidated all those petitions yesterday. So we have two running parallel petitions before the Senate proceedings and after the Senate proceedings. You will remember that petition number 522 was, we listed it for a mention on 29th of this month. But because of need to know, because I know there could be cross-cutting representation in these petitions, we decided just to call it because we knew that all of you would be here, so that if there's anything you want to say on those petitions, you can say it. So that's the reason why we have petition 522 here for a mention. There's nothing to be mentioned, but we said since parties are likely to be here, and some of the parties were even asking for it yesterday, so we brought it. But the other petitions to be mentioned are specific petitions where we have been empaneled. And we wanted to find out the way forward, whether we can consolidate these petitions or whether they can be done separately. So these are petitions number, let's mention petition number 570 of 2024, A.D. Waiguru and Victor Gatia. Yes, this petition.
My Lord,
Excuse me. Where are the quorums? Put quorums in these matters. Just a minute. Yes.
My Lord, in this petition, this one was filed by the law firm of, I believe, Mutembe and it's called what? Mutembe, Gachagua and Company Advocates. I am aware of this petition for the simple reason that he had requested me that when it comes to the hearing, I appear alongside him.
Alongside who?
Mr. Mutembe Marete. My Lord, the parties are many, starting with the first respondent, that is President Ruto, regarding Gachagua is the second respondent, and there are others. My Lord, for purposes of this petition, it was filed on Friday, and by Judge Mamuye, referred it to the Honorable the Chief Justice, and we expected it to be coming tomorrow on Thursday. My Lord, Mr. Mutembe was not served with this particular notice that is before you.
Actually, nobody was served. We sent out the notice in the morning today because we received them in the morning. And that's why I said that this matter has kept on coming.
Yes.
And because the representation is likely to be across, we mentioned them because we thought we'd find people like you waiting for them here.
Waiting for them here.
Yes.
So that, my Lord, in that case, what I would ask the court, and for the additional reason that I am aware that in that matter, the notice of motion is seeking a 5-judge bench, and particularly for the reason that this is an application by the citizens of Central Kenya who says, like in the year 2013, that their rights, not just regarding Gachagua, have been affected adversely by the impeachment of the Deputy President Gachagua, and therefore I would ask that this matter do come tomorrow so that the issue on that issues of empanelment and in the presence of Mr. Mutembei can be dealt with. Because now that it is obvious that even the direct, like the advocates who filed the case are not here, it would only be fair that there is another mention where they can also be there. Actually, we didn't even have the file. We are just looking at it from our record. But that is the position as far as 570 is concerned. There is a specific application for a 5-judge bench in that matter.
Mr. Kibe,
yes, my lord.
We are beyond that. There was a request for a 5-judge bench.
Yes, my lord.
But what has been empaneled is a 3-judge bench,
yes,
comprising Justice Eric Ogola, Justice Mrima, and Honorable Dr. Justice Freda Mugambi. So the request for a 5-judge bench, I think, is overtaken by events unless he wants to appeal.
Yes. The chances of appeal are very high. for the simple reasons, my lord, that will become apparent. I believe there must be some mechanical applications to the issues, but now that it arises specifically, that issue would be addressed, and the Chief Justice would have the relevant communications tomorrow morning, while given the nature of the issue that must be dealt with, there must be a 5-judge matter. All benches can be expanded. I believe that is the positions that we are coming from. So without saying specifically that we don't want anyone, all benches are capable of being expansion, particularly bearing in mind, and this is something that a number of the clients that already we are representing, there have been repeated insinuations by our people out there, including senior counsel Nasir Abdullahi, that the senior bench is supposed, the judge bench is supposed to do this or the other. We can't help that. This is not.
So what we'll do, Mr. Mungai, is that we'll mention this matter tomorrow at 9.
Most obliged.
Mr. Kibe, you will serve.
Most of the people actually here, we have served them, but you shall serve the notice of hearing.
All right.
The notice of hearing for the mention tomorrow at 9. I thought my Lord the 10 would have been in here, because by the time I go to my office, there will be nobody to do some of this.
You know, by the time we spend here means that even if you come at 10, you'll find us here.
My Lord, what time then do we come tomorrow?
The court starts at 9. Yes. You can come at 11.
11? What's
yes.
My Lord, I am asking, please, this particular file, that you record my presence together with the other lawyers I mentioned earlier, as appearing for the Deputy President with the second response.
This one?
Yes.
The verified?
Yes.
But you didn't stand up, Mr. Mute. I thought you were not here. This matter of 570?
Yes. If you look at the pattern, the Deputy President gave the second.
Okay. Okay. So you agree with the directions which you have given, eh?
I accept directions. And I will be here tomorrow, I think. Inshallah.
Yes.
Mr. Lordship, this particular matter.
Let's the same matter.
Yes.
570.
Yes, my name is Manzo. I'd wish to go on record for the first interested party.
Your Lordship, my lady, may I be placed on record for the second and fourth interested party? And permit me to only indicate the implication of the orders of the Parliament that were issued by the judge who directed the Chief Justice that empanel you. To the best of my thinking and knowledge is that the prayer was granted as it is for the empanelment of five judge bench.
Mr. Jeru, yes. We speak from the record. You heard me mention the parties. I said that this file has been empaneled to comprise the Honorable Mr. Justice Eric Ogola, the Honorable Mr. Justice Murima, the Honorable Dr. Judge Freda Mugambi. I think that's very clear. We are only three.
That's correct, but we'll address it more on that issue.
My lord, my lady.
So we mention it tomorrow. Mr. Njiru, you say you come for which parties?
Your Lordship, I appear for the second and the fourth interested party.
Thank you.
My Lord, perhaps if I may make a request. My Lord, there is a file that is live before, and that is petition number 565 of 2024. We have requested, my Lord, that you give directions in respect of the applications in that matter, because this process of taking quorum might take some time. And there are 3 cohorts of files that are before you. And if I may just be given a moment to explain myself. As the court has correctly identified, there is a cohort of files that are consolidated in petition 522. There is a cohort of files that is consolidated around petition 565, which have the 2 applications that the court has identified as urgent. And then there are these others that have been referred to the court by virtue of the email that we have all seen today. It is my request that the court keeps them in those cohorts so that the applications are able to be dealt with because they are urgent. These are important, but the applications are urgent. And the court has identified that urgency because this will go on for 2 or 3 hours without any directions having been given in 565.
Lord, could we be on board together? We are being made orphans. The state is in the bedroom. Let us also be in the bedroom so that we can respond.
Mr. Amari, what do you want to do in the bedroom?
We will discuss the situation of our plan. Can we allow the parties?
Mr. Nyamodi, the reason why we are mentioning these matters is to find out if any of them would be ripe for consolidation with the matter which is here so that we don't duplicate.
Thank you, my Lord.
My Lord, perhaps as you consider that, let me put it on record that if you are considering whether they are ripe for consolidation, the consolidation should not then slow down the hearing of the application that you have already identified as urgent. If they are to come on board, they come on board and proceed from where we are.
Let us be on board first. We will respond to you appropriately.
Okay.
Allow us to be in the early stage platform.
Give me the next.
My lady and my lords, I just have a passionate plea. There are not many pleas. The first plea is we consider utilizing the ceremonial court on the ground floor because it is spacious, sufficient for all the That's number 1. Number 2, my request is this. The court has all the petitions. Why can't the assistants to the court enumerate the parties there in the quorum in the manner we used to do in the Court of Appeal before? So that when we appear here, whatever time we indicate, we'll just fill our respective names and the court will be able to deal with the matter without the need of this backup. Number 3, my lords and my lady, I think the court needs to just be a little bit proactive. When you retreat, you may make 2 decisions. One, they either determine the interlocutory applications, in which case you can frame issues for the parties to submit. Or two, if you're minded to hear the petitions themselves, then still frame the issues and forward it to us so that we are able to make progress. That way we make good use of the issue time that is very limited. I receive you.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Well taken.
As a former chairman of the Council Science, let me second the first issue and plead that if only for the purposes of everybody getting sufficient oxygen, because we are too crowded and the people want to listen, and the media and the members of the public, if it is possible, let us use the ceremonial hall.
Council, Senior Council, we will use the ceremonial hall as from tomorrow.
Thank you.
And
Yes, I wish to say that perhaps when giving directions, then and if files are going to be consolidated, then it will be proper each person is served with the applications so that we are able to respond, even if we are given a day to respond, so that when we begin to submit, we are able to submit according to the law, not as per the bar and whatever issues are being raised. Thank you.
Thank you.
My Lord, I was going to beseech the court, if we are to make progress, I'll beseech the court to invoke its powers under Section 55, Article 159. We will go on and on. There is no shortage of legal provisions enabling this court to rein in on the lawyers. Because if you don't do that, my Lord, on a matter like this where you have 20 lawyers, 50 lawyers on the other side, we will be coming to you. We'll be doing legal gymnastics, legal ping pong, what I call legal sophistry on other occasions. And meanwhile, we'll be lamenting as we are now lamenting to you. So there are applications, both from this side and this side, certified agent. Meanwhile, we are spending a lot of time, each of us from whatever side, studying to raise this or other housekeeping issue. I beseech you, my Lord, in a matter like this, the court must be very firm. It must rein the council. The court itself must have very clear direction. Which is the application that will be had, in what sequence, what are the time allocations, how the parties share those times.
We have agreed on that, and what we ask is let us mention these matters so that we know how they relate to the other matters which are before the court. So we have mentioned 570. We have mentioned, do you have 570? We have mentioned 570. There's,
570.
which one did we mention?
We are mentioning 5.
This 550. 550.
In E570.
We have mentioned E570. E550, Speaker of the National Assembly versus Brigadier Gachagua.
My Lord, this file is already consolidated under the cohort of 550.
$550.
When was the petition
No,
filed?
sorry, my Lord, that was not.
Yes, 550. Who is in 550? Who is in 550?
Mine is 572.
I'm asking 550.
Yes, my Lord, in 550. May remove my Lord, we appear for the first respondent.
I guess he can tell us who is the petition.
The petitioner, my Lord, is the former Deputy President, my Lord. Represented by my very senior.
Well, I appear for the deputy president, not former. He remains in office on the basis of the conservatory orders, and each bench has confirmed weighty issue, which is why we are here. Let's not join the rush.
For the first petition,
For the first petition. I thank you.
My Lord, if it pleases you, Nyamodi and Gumbo for the second respondent. And our learned colleague, Mr. Murugara.
Yes.
In that matter, my name is Mukele. I appear together with Ms. Tangi and my senior professor of gender for the third, fourth respondent.
Yes.
That's all.
Who else is in this matter? So, for the petitioner, Mr. What are the issues in this matter? Are they relevant to the consolidated petitions?
The petition is up.
Yes.
There are so many files here.
This is
the same team of lawyers.
Yes.
Including myself that I gave when we came for the ruling.
Yes.
Is appearing for the deputy president.
But what I'm asking, is it going to be consolidated or is it stand alone?
It's one of the ones that we are consolidated.
No. Sorry if I appear.
Yes, speak, please.
For you to be able to progress, I beseech you that don't these matters tomorrow. Go and make directions. You're either hearing the petitions or the applications. Come here so that we have a perspective of what we do. Otherwise, you will not.
We are alive of that fact, Mr. Harvey, but it is the councils who will be saying that their right to be heard, even on petition, even if the slightest issue has not been granted. Therefore, let us agree on the way forward. If you make a proposal can come from you, your side, how you want to deal with all these petitions. Is it possible that you want to ignore all applications and proceed to the petitions? You can make a submission which this court can consider.
My Lord, if I may, just to guide the court, and on this account I will do it as senior counsel. My Lord, there are urgent applications before you. The applicants or the petitioners had their bite yesterday on a preliminary objection that the court has ruled on this afternoon. My Lord, we have an urgent application that was filed before you, dated 18th October 2024, for discharge of the conservatory orders. Whatever decision this court makes, can be either way, will lead to directions on the hearing of all the consolidated petitions. Some of the petitions, my Lord, deal with issues or causes of action that arose before, my Lord, the impeachment. The proper position of the law is that the party who is the petitioner is the former deputy president. That's the position of Article 145(7). Allow us, my lords, to urge our application for the setting aside of conservatory orders. I think, my lord, that's the only way we can move, because they have had their bite, let us have our bite as well. We will only take 30 minutes, we request.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Professor Jenda. What I'm saying is that let's mention these files. We are on the third one, and if you have not been interrupting, perhaps we'll be through with them. 550, I've recorded the quorum, and what I asked, is this file related to the files before the court? For the purposes of consolidation, or it can stand alone?
Can we deal with that? We are not to go. We only do
because there is a...
Consolidation has implications. I need to consult my team. I need to consult the client. Let's take the quorum. Let's deal with the consolidation.
So we mention it tomorrow.
Yes.
Next. Uh, 541, Dr. Clarence Eboso. Dr. Clarence Oboso.
May it please the court. My name is Dr. Clarence Eboso. I'm the first petitioner in E541. The petitioner is between Dr. Clarence Eboso, Ms. Wanjiru Mwangi, versus the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Attorney General, and with the Law Society of Kenya as an interested party. The petition relates to the process of impeachment, particularly in the National Assembly, and seeks orders to quash the proceedings in the National Assembly. The petition has an application which was certified urgent and which sought an injunction against the entire proceedings of impeachment. The court which certified it urgent directed that the application would be heard by the bench that would be constituted. Several of the prayers that were made in the application have since been overtaken by events. However,